Mother's Day weekend travel is going as planned, but now travelers are greeted with Real ID signs to let them know they need theirs, and if you don't have one yet, it shouldn't throw off your travel plans too much. On Tuesday, U.S. Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem said if you don't have Real ID or other forms of identification like a passport, you'll have to go through additional screening before you board your flight.
People who had flights to catch Wednesday may have noticed some extra traffic at TSA security checkpoints. That's because May 7th is the deadline to have your Real ID.
This was actually the first of both of us hearing of it, and same for my mother-in-law. None of us had heard anything about the Real ID up until this morning.
Some folks were sent to the back of the line for not having their Real ID. That gold star on the top of your license is the new golden ticket to make your way through security like usual. Vanessa and Evan Zach were heading to Florida and said their mom found out the hard way.
We were on our way, we're running late to our flight, and my dad calls us and says, hey, the ID, like if you don't have a star, you can't get on the flight. So we both have it because we have a new ID, but my mom, she does not have a star.
What they didn't know was Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem announced Tuesday that airports will provide those without Real ID or other accepted forms of identification a different way to get through the gate. Everyone's favorite words at the airport: additional screening.
Folks will come through the line and will issue their ID and show it. If it's not compliant, they may be diverted to a different line, have an extra step, but people will be allowed to fly.
Other frequent flyers decided to jump on the Real ID train early on. Marjorie and Roger Shaw have had their Real IDs for a while now.
It's been in the news all over the place. We've had our Real ID licenses since it was first available.
Right, and the driver's license, when you get it renewed, opt in, you know, CYA all the way.
The Shaws say at this point, the May 7th deadline should be no surprise to travelers.
There's a lot of people who never do, but then they decide to go somewhere. They could probably get caught, you know. They shouldn't be surprised at this point, but you don't know where people get their news these days.
As soon as we got our license, you know, we knew we did that.
If you don't